Hello, my name is Jason Domenel and welcome to the How to Configure and Use Backup to Site webinar. If you have any questions during this webinar, please type them into the chat window and they will be answered at the end of the session. I will start this webinar off on the HD UK Backup to Site software. So after this software is installed, we just double click on it to start the software. And the first screen you'll see will be the Welcome to the Backup to Site wizard mode. To set up a new backup, click on the first option, Perform a synchronization or backup now, create a new profile. The first thing you have to do is select where you want your backup to be stored on your local machine. So to do this, click on the Browse button and you'll be able to see your folder structure. I've already set up a folder for this, so on my desktop I'm going to select the Backup to Site folder and then I'm going to click OK. Now you can, if you want to, make a new folder from here if you so wish, or you can obviously select a folder you already have. And then click the OK button to confirm what you've done. Now the next thing you have to do is to select where you want to back up from on your hosted desktop. Now normally the Backup to Site service runs from 5 PM till 8:30 AM Monday to Friday, and it runs all day over the weekend. For the purposes of this webinar, the service up to run now, but please be aware normally it's 5 PM to 8:30 AM Monday to Friday and all day at the weekend. So you would click on the Browse button and you'll be asked for your username and password that we would have supplied you in an email when you ordered the software. Once details have been entered, please click OK. You can choose whether or not to have Backup to Site save your username and password. Right, once you've logged in, you'll be able to see the files available for you, or files and folders available for you to back up. Most clients would normally have their data folder available, so we'll obviously have much more to select. For the purposes of this webinar, I just have the two options available. If you wish to download the entire contents of, say, your data folder, you'll need to click on the top level and click OK. I am just going to select one of the subfolders called admin, and then I'm going to click on the OK button. And as you can see, this has filled it in. So we now click on the next button, and this will show you which way it's going to be copied. Now to save from hosted desktop to your local machine, it's called a download. So you must make sure that the option Restored Download is ticked. This will ensure that you're downloading from your hosted desktop to your local machine. As default, all subfolders are selected. If you want to save all subfolders, then click All. If you want to choose, you can click on Select Folders and Files, and this will show you a more detailed view, and you can select which ones you want to download. As default, as I said before, all selected. Click on Next to proceed. Right. This will show you, this chooses a mode of sync that you want, so you can never remove deleted files from the server. So all that will do is just take everything from the server and put it down on your local machine. If you delete files, you can choose to delete files after 60 days, and you can also choose how many versions of updated files to keep. If you go with the default settings, all that will do will be to take an exact copy of what you have on your server and put it down onto your local machine. So click Next to proceed. Right. This chooses here, you get to choose specific file types that you want to save. Again, as default, everything is saved in the folder that you've chosen to that, or folders and files that you've chosen to download to your local machine. If you wish to choose what files to download, you can change the all to specific file types, which are listed below in the blue box. Some of the more common ones are Microsoft Office files, so it would be .doc files, .xls, PDFs, .pdf. But as a general rule, we recommend that you stick to all. So click Next to proceed. And this is the schedule. This will choose how often and when you want this to run. Ensure that the start schedule is ticked. So you want to select this profile. We've set it as a default to run every day at 10 PM. And so that's the basic schedule. Then click Next to proceed. And now we have to give our profile a name. So the purpose of this, you can just call it test. And then click Save Only. Now, if you want to go back and edit the profile you've just created, you can do this by clicking on the advanced mode, select the profile that you've just created by putting a tick in the box and selecting the edit button at the top. And here you can see a more detailed breakdown of what we've just set up. You can see the folder that we're copying from, the folder that we're going to copy it to. It tells you the direction that we're copying, so it's a download. It tells you that we've selected all folders and that it's doing an exact mirror. At the bottom here, we have the schedule again. So if you want to amend the schedule, say you want to run every day, but you don't want it to run at weekends, if you click on the weekdays and time window, you can see here that we can amend it. So if we amend it by taking out Saturday and Sunday, this will only run Monday to Friday. If you want to include weekends, you can obviously just put the ticks back in. Or if you only want it to run at the weekend, you can obviously take the ticks out. Now, as I've said before, this service is only available between 5 PM and 8:30 AM Monday to Friday, and all day at the weekend. So that's something to bear in mind, obviously, when you run the schedule. And then click OK. And then if we go back to wizard mode and exit, and that is how to configure HDUK backup to site. That concludes the webinar. Thank you very much for your time this morning. Like I say, if you have any questions, please type them in the chat window, or you can also email our support, which is support@hosteddesktopuk.co.uk, with any questions you might have, and we can answer them and email you back. Thank you very much. Goodbye.